Hi everyone, it's the 25th of March and you want the latest Chelsea news in a 5-minute video, right? You've come to the right place. Let's get cracking. First and foremost, it's great to see that Callum Hudson-Odoi has made a recovery from the coronavirus and is feeling fine and back to his usual self. Great news. So in relation to the coronavirus and the Premier League postponement, it's interesting to see what the players are up to. As we know, as reported last week, we know that the players are keeping fit, but it's good to see what they're doing. It looks as though the club are also encouraging them to keep healthy, obviously, and they've been sending them pallets of food. Andreas Christensen's girlfriend in particular has posted up what's been delivered to them by the club, basically stating this on her Instagram: "For a girl who's never eaten a vegetable, I think this delivered from Chelsea is mostly for Andreas." As reported last week, Willian was in London by himself with his family back in Brazil, and it's good to see that Chelsea have given him clearance to go back to Brazil to be with his family during these difficult times. As we know, we've signed Hakim Ziyech and he's due to sign for Chelsea on the 1st of July. However, there's a problem, or should we say a potential problem. It looks as though that the government in the Netherlands have stated that crowds cannot gather together until as early as the 1st of June. So there can be no football. The football's going to be pushed back. The end of the season in the Netherlands will not restart until the 1st of June, meaning that when it gets to that 1st of July deadline, or when it reaches the 1st of July when contracts expire and players can sign for their new clubs, this could end up being pushed back. We know the Chelsea players with expiring contracts are looking at a temporary contract option to see them through to the end of the season, but it's interesting to see what's going to happen with Ziyech. But the deal is done. He will sign for Chelsea, whatever date that may be. Here's some news that's featured on one of the other blogs, the Chelsea Chronicle. Olivier Giroud reportedly rejects Chelsea's offer of a 1-year contract after his contract is due to expire when this season finishes. It's a clear indication that Giroud will leave Chelsea. So a couple of interesting articles that I've picked up on in the last 24 hours featuring some of our older players, or players that have played for us and left the club. And one of them has come from Rio Ferdinand, who reveals that a player left Man United to go and join Chelsea because he didn't like the smell at the training ground, and he's referring to Arjen Robben. Now, as we know, Robben signed for Chelsea and was a revelation, and then he went and signed for Real Madrid for big money. Rio Ferdinand's talking to Robben and said this: "We should have signed him at Man United. I think he came to the training ground, he walked around, didn't like the smell and walked off and went to Chelsea. Couldn't believe it, man. He would have been great for us." Another player who left Chelsea, talking of regret of leaving, is Michael Ballack. At the end of the 2009-2010 season, Ballack's contract was expiring. Now, at that time, Chelsea had a policy of offering the over 30s a 1-year rolling contract. Ballack wanted 2 years, but Chelsea only offered him 1, and there was a bit of a standoff. It led to Ballack leaving, going to Bayer Leverkusen, to return to Bayer Leverkusen. Speaking of his regret on the Sky Sports Transfer podcast, Ballack said this: "Carlo wanted me to stay at the club, Carlo Ancelotti, who was manager, but the club made a decision to only give players at that age a 1-year contract, and I wanted 2. Today I can say maybe it was wrong. I should have stayed even for that 1 year. I could never imagine I'd go back to Bayer Leverkusen. Until the last day, I actually thought we'd find a way at Chelsea. I was really hoping until I could stay until the end," and he's referring to his career. Now to Cesc Fabregas, who's featured heavily on social media and in reports the last few days, talking of his Arsenal days, calling out an Arsenal fan who was trolling him, but also talking about the reason that he signed for Chelsea. Now he's revealed that after he spoke to Jose Mourinho with a number of other clubs, that was it. His mind was made up. So back in the summer of 2014, Fabregas was leaving Barcelona. Arsenal had an option to sign him first, and he couldn't speak to anybody else for 1 week until Arsenal made their mind up. Arsenal never came back to him, so after that point, he was free to talk to other clubs, and he said this: "After the week, I had to take my chance. I had Man City, United, and then I spoke to Mourinho, which I didn't think would ever happen. To be honest, after I left the room with Mourinho, I said, that's it. I don't need to talk to anybody else. I'm going to go to Chelsea. What he told me, the team he wanted to make, what he thought of me, how he wanted me to play, this is what I wanted. On top of that is London, not Manchester, and London was my home." What a player Cesc Fabregas was for Chelsea. So finally to Eden Hazard, who's been talking of the difference between Chelsea and Real Madrid, and it's not what you expect, let's just say that. Hazard claims that it's the fanatical fans that make the difference between Real Madrid and Chelsea. And he said this: "At Chelsea, when we lost, we were disappointed, like the fans, but I never felt it was a disaster. It's different in Spain. I think here, the fans really are fans. Football's everything to them, and they need players to give everything. In England, there aren't so many fans. Of course, people like their football, and everyone, be that young people, adults or teenagers, are really interested in football, but they aren't so fanatical about their teams. I think we are to a point. Obviously not as mad as some people out there. I still think we're fanatical, don't you? Finally, this is my website. It's chelseadaft.org with all the latest video content and the written word, so make sure you bookmark it. It's on the screen now. That's it from me, Wednesday the 25th of March. This is the 5-minute Chels Daft Chelsea news on YouTube and on my website. If you like the video and the concept of it being short and sweet and regular daily updates, then smash the hell out of the like button for me and then subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But make sure you hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my videos that come out. Look out for a video, the FM 2020 series on my channel, new. We're playing the game as Chelsea. We're going to play the whole season through. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your support. Stay safe and I'll see you all tomorrow.